This video is going to be the video that actually helps you get the body of your dreams. Most other YouTube videos will just give you some generic information like eat less and exercise more, or try to put you on some crazy restrictive diet. That's why I'm going to make this super simple for you and walk you through every single thing that you need to do if you want to lose 40 pounds in 4 months without restrictive dieting. There is a massive hole in the diet and weight loss industry, and this missing piece is what keeps 95% of people losing weight, gaining it all back again. There's a study that was done in the UK that found the number of diets an average adult attempts over the course of their lifetime is 126. So what's the missing piece? Let me share an analogy. Let's say you have a car that keeps running out of gas much quicker than it should, and you have no idea what's going on. You still need to use your car, so you try to solve the problem by just putting gas in more frequently. You look into it a little bit and you realize there's actually a hole in the gas tank, and you decide to try to duct tape it to keep the gas in the tank longer. It works great for a little while, but in a few weeks, you're right back where you started from with a hole in your tank. Until you truly fix the underlying problem, you will continue to stay in the same place. This same principle applies with our health. We start seeing problems with our physical health. We're gaining weight, developing diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and what do we do to try and fix the problem? We go on a diet and change our food. But is food itself really the problem? Changing your food or going on a diet is like repeatedly pouring gas into a tank with a hole in it. You are not addressing the real problem. So what should we actually be focusing on? If you want to be successful at transforming your health and your weight long term, there are 3 essential steps. Number 1 is overcoming the mental and emotional barriers that are keeping you stuck. In 1985, there was an internal medicine doctor at Kaiser Permanente who started an obesity clinic. He enrolled 1,700 average Americans into a study evaluating the 9 most common adverse events that children experience and then observed their health outcomes later on in life. He found a direct correlation between the number of adverse events that someone experienced as a child and their physical health and chronic illness later in life. With every additional adverse event, their likelihood for illness consistently increased. There have now been over 1,500 peer-reviewed studies validating and expanding these results. The way that we manage our mental and emotional health has a direct impact on our physical health outcomes. People-pleasing, perfectionism, overachievement, overworking, stress eating, excessive busyness, and the list goes on and on. Now, why do these things impact our physical health so significantly? Because they cause us to abandon ourselves and do whatever it takes to try to get our needs met and feel good enough in this world. So what can we do about it? We have to learn how to genuinely care about ourselves and start identifying what behaviors are getting in your way. Now let's talk about step number 2, mastering nutrition and exercise. Having the knowledge and education to be able to continue something on your own is essential to long-term success. If you're always just doing what someone else tells you to do, what happens when they go away? Our bodies are designed to function in a very specific way. And when we adhere to those scientific principles, our bodies function in the way that we want them to. We all want quick results and easy solutions. So as a society, we have developed thousands of ways to diet and try to lose a few quick pounds. This has muddied the waters, and it seems that no one really knows what is true and what is not. Weight loss comes down to a simple principle: energy in versus energy out. If you consume fewer calories than you burn, you will use up excess fat for energy and lose weight. So how do we make this happen? You need to be in a calorie deficit. That means that you consume fewer calories than you burn off. But your nutrition does actually play an important role here because not all calories are created equal. Let's say your calorie goal is 1,500 calories for the day. You could eat a cinnamon roll, a small bag of potato chips, and 3 scoops of ice cream for the entire day, or you could eat 2 chicken breasts, an 8-ounce steak, 2 baked potatoes, 6 cups of vegetables, and 2 cups of strawberries. If you choose the first option, you'll have a high and then crash, and you'll have more cravings for more food. If you choose the second option, you'll feel full. You'll have little or no cravings for junk food. You'll feel good and have the energy to continue working towards your goals. Protein is key. It helps you feel full so that you can eat less and not be hungry. It decreases your cravings and your body burns more calories while breaking it down. Secondly, load on the veggies. These are packed with nutrients and are super low calorie, so you can eat more and again feel full. Third, you need to consume healthy carbs in moderation. Our bodies do need carbs, but they don't need that cinnamon roll and ice cream. Lastly, you need to still be able to eat the things you enjoy and participate in normal life. So you don't want to make anything completely off limits. Hold on a second here. You might be thinking, I've done all of this and nothing is happening. The biggest barrier to this process, working for everyone, is that everyone's bodies are unique. For example, if you have been trying a bunch of diets and significantly restricting your calories, then we can't just put you into a deficit. Your metabolism has slowed and your body is holding on to calories because you're not eating enough. This scenario is vastly different from the person that overeats or the woman dealing with hormones during menopause. You need an individualized plan to fit your body and your needs. Now let's dive into exercise and talk about some common misconceptions. Exercise alone will not necessarily make you lose weight. It's only really about 20% of the process. You do not have to kill yourself at the gym, and you don't have to work out an hour every single day in order to be successful. There are an unlimited number of exercise and workout plans that could help you lose weight. So, how do you know which is best for your situation? If you are wanting long-term sustainable results, the best exercise plan for you is the one that you can stick to consistently. This means we need to find a combination between the things you enjoy and what will actually get you results. You might be asking, okay, where do I start? What do I do? Start by getting moving. That could be walking a couple days a week or hiking. You could jump rope, go for a run, or even ride your bike. Find the type of movement that you enjoy the most and start fitting it in a couple times a week, and then increase from there once you are consistent with it. Now let's move on to step number 3, how to create habits that last long term. In order to understand habits, we have to understand how our brains actually work. Our brains contain an almost incomprehensible 100 billion neurons. Each neuron can make contact with tens of thousands of other neurons. These connections and patterns are constantly changing. It is in these changing connections that habits are learned by reinforcing certain patterns of brain activity and losing others. When you learn new things, these tiny connections through neurons in the brain actually multiply and get stronger. The more that you challenge your mind to learn, the more your brain cells grow. Then things that you once found very hard or even impossible to do, like sticking to your diet, reaching your exercise goals, or learning to play a musical instrument, seem to become easy. If you do not consistently force the new pathway for an extended period of time, your brain will always want to resort back to the old, easier way. So what is required for this process of change? Consistent accountability, someone who helps you push through the discomfort, someone who is constantly there to cheer you on, encourage you, and remind you that every little effort counts. But what can you do right now to start building healthier habits? Only choose one at a time and do it until you have mastered it, until it becomes the path of least resistance, and then choose one more. And that is how you actually lose 40 pounds in 4 months without any crazy dieting and keep it off long term. But there's something that I didn't tell you at the start. All of the information that I've just told you is completely useless if you don't change your behavior. Your health will not improve if you don't take action. You need to implement the steps if you actually want to get the weight off. And the very fact that you spent the time to watch this video from start to finish shows that you do want to change. But doing all of this alone can be incredibly difficult. You don't know if you're doing the nutrition or exercise right. It's tougher to stick to your habits. And ultimately, you may end up quitting and going back to your normal life. I have put together a 16-week program that will take you in depth through each of these steps so you can not only lose the weight in a healthy way, but also keep it off long term. If you're ready to finally have the health, body, and life that you deserve, click the link in the description and book a call with our team so that we can get you started on your journey to a happier, healthier life. Also, click on this video here where I talk about which weight loss hacks actually work and which ones don't. See you in the next one.